What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993 recording a very late night video. I'm actually getting ready to go to bed post WrestleMania, but of course I do want to get a couple things uploaded to YouTube, and one thing I do, of course, want to try to briefly throw out there quickly is this 293rd edition of WWE Turn Alert, as this is a turn that has been teased. Well, I shouldn't say teased, but has seemingly been official since the beginning of the year. But I wasn't 100% sure what direction he was going, and it was indeed solidified this past Friday on SmackDown. So, Andrade, which I still wish they would just bring back Andrade Cien Almas. Although they seemingly have mentioned they may go refer to him as Andrade El Idolo again in WWE like he was in AEW. But I just still wish they would go back to Andrade Cien Almas. To me, it's just a lot more of a unique name than just Andrade. But anyways, so Andrade came back to WWE at the Royal Rumble. And seemingly he came back as a babyface. Now, technically, he has been a babyface since he returned to AEW last summer on Collision. I think since he's been positioned as a babyface. And when he came back to WWE, though, he seemed to be doing the same again. He immediately did not side with Santos Escobar in the Rumble match. But there was a storyline where he was kind of putting in a good word. Basically, he seemed to have a thing going with Dominik, Mysterio. And I was wondering, maybe, are they going to have him join Judgment Day? Or was he maybe going to, because since they're teasing Dom leaving Judgment Day, which he kind of should at this point. We are post-WrestleMania now, of course. And I do think that, he's gotten that good as a heel that he needs to kind of like go on his own and kind of do his own thing rather than be like a stepping stone in a stable. So I thought maybe they were teasing some sort of a stable involving like Dom, Andrade, maybe Santos, and maybe a few others. Like, heck, could have been even Carlito, since they are teasing him to be turning on Rey soon, which it didn't happen at WrestleMania. But anyways, so this past Friday night on SmackDown, Dragon Lee was beaten down. And I'm guessing by Carlito, but again, that has not been made official yet. There was no turn that happened at WrestleMania in that Latino tag match. And then it seemed like later in the show that Andrade was indeed joining forces with Dominik and Santos, which I thought was a little strange. And when they were telling Andrade to attack, he wouldn't attack. He'd be like, I'll get to it. But then the moment their backs turned, he attacked Santos and Dominik, and basically he sided with Rey. And what didn't hit me at first, he reunited with Zelina Vega. So it seems like, which I'm not 100% sure if it is the case, but it seems like Andrade joined the LWO and is reunited also with Zelina Vega, except this time they're both baby faces. Which, here's the thing. I like it, and I find it cool they reunited them. The only problem, though, is Andrade's currently signed to Raw. Because he signed with Raw when he first came back. Now, there is, of course, the draft that may happen again. I think it will. But, of course, it would be strange because they just made these signings. Now, some may change brands. Which, if Andrade is going to be with LWO, he either has to change brands or LWO's got to get drafted over to Raw. Which way it's going to be, I don't know. That is strange. But again, the idea of putting him back with Zelina Vega, I really like that reunion. That completely slipped my mind. Then all of a sudden I see both the rings and I'm like, wait a minute. They were together. They were business associates for the longest time. Which I thought was cool. In general, though, Andrade's an excellent wrestler. And people do love him. So I guess him as a face is more so honestly kind of the same reason why they made his wife, Charlotte Flair, a face. when she's putting on good matches and people are, having fun with her. I feel that's the same with Andrade. Character-wise, though, I still think he's better as a heel. Character-wise. I just think that's what he's meant to be. But he's still phenomenal. He's still awesome. Now that he's back in WWE, and we are currently in the Paul Triple H Levesque era, I think things are going to pan out a lot better for Andrade. And him being an LWO is a very interesting choice as well. I do hope this time around, at some point, probably won't be for a while, of course, at some point I do hope they at least consider putting a world title on him. He did get a run with the U.S. title before, but I think that booked right, Andrade can definitely be a world champion. So it's going to be interesting to see where he goes as a babyface. I do think, though, someday he will be a heel again, though. I just still think that's kind of where he sinks his teeth in. It's what he's more meant to be, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. For now, he could seemingly be joining possibly the LWO. And again, there's still some awesome matches he can still definitely have with down the line. Him and Santos one-on-one will be good. Him and Dom one-on-one, I'm sure, will also be good as well. We'll just have to wait and see. And probably many others. Heck, he's a face. If he goes to SmackDown, well, then again, it depends on the draft. Him and AJ Styles. I know when Andrade first came up, he had a great match with AJ on SmackDown when AJ was the world champion. That could be another great match as well. Him and Seth, I think, should revisit again. They had a match, and I remember at the match, Seth goes, "We're not done here yet." Heck, if he wrestles, him and Roman would also be a really good match. Dragon Lee, of course, if he gets healthy, maybe, well, he will, of course. He was just written off the match so that Andrade could get in on the show instead. Maybe him and Dragon Lee have a great match. Him and Cedric had a couple good matches in NXT. There's a lot of great options here for Andrade. So, again, I wish he was Cien Almas, but he's still Andrade. But yeah, Andrade is back in WWE officially as a babyface. Where are you guys' thoughts on this? Do you think Andrade, though, is more meant to be a heel? Do you guys think that in some way he will there will be a draft and they will be put on the same brand so he can be an LWO for the time being? Let me know, guys, and leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure also, as always, to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter as well at the Club of the Man 93. You may also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Club of the Man 1993. And as always, guys, please stay tuned for more WWE Turn Alert.